Hello, everybody. Welcome to a stream. Give me a minute here. Getting pinged. I'm gonna ping people. Gonna get the Discord notified. Do all that wonderful stuff. But hello. Welcome, everybody. Let me pop out all the chats here. Oh, let's see here. And I'm back. Hello, Dadzilla. Welcome. You are the first. You are the first. Yes, I had an event this past weekend, and I was not just attending it, I was working it. And so um yeah, I was pretty busy with that, to be honest with all of you. I ended up not having much time for stream last week, so I just decided, like, instead of, like I said, I made a little YouTube post about it on like my community stuff, and I was like, hey, I when I go to these events, it's gonna be tough to keep things consistent just because I end up being pretty busy with like packing and traveling and doing all that wonderful stuff. And that is exactly what happened. So, yes, I mean, summer's a busy time for everybody. Like my analytics, like everybody's analytics on YouTube go down during the summer. Like if you're a YouTuber during the summer, you just make less money, which is fine. That's totally fine. I'm out busy traveling and doing stuff and whatever as well. So I get it. It ain't no thing, but working just back from class, paying gig, not paying. No. Not paying. It's just like it's not an event that makes money. It's an event that is run by friends of mine. Like a very local thing, a very kind of small time thing. And it's just no, it did not pay. It paid the I was paid by with people's gratitude. um that is one thing about the flow arts community. Like this is not a dig at the flow arts community. Just want to make that very clear. But the flow arts community is like I cannot make money. Exposure coin then. Yeah, exactly. It's like um working with the like this was my first time working with the org team, so like obviously I was kind of like proving myself and showing that I could be trustworthy and like all that stuff. So yeah, all of that. But it's like a thing with flow arts in general. Like flow arts is not the like the community is so small. There's really almost no way to make money off of it. Like the only way to make money off of flow arts right now really is to be a performer and to do like gig work. You know what I mean? Like go out there and have like paying performance gigs every weekend, and even then like you're probably not going to make ends meet. Like it's pretty much impossible to make ends meet as a flow artist, which is why like I'm really thankful to have YouTube to help bring me some money, because if like in order for me to be a full-time artist, like YouTube is necessary. Like doing this is like necessary for me to be able to do the flow stuff that I do as well. Like if I was working 40 hours a week at another job, like it would give me a lot less flexibility and time and stuff to do stuff. Mia, welcome to the stream. Discord Advantage. I'm catching a live stream live. Yes, exactly. The Discord is how you get notified of those things. It's super lovely. As we get started, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, that would be super fantastic. Last time we were here, last time I streamed, I got raided by Dead Domain, and Twitch seemed like it was shitting the bed everywhere all over the place. And I'm not sure if it's still going to be doing that. Like I turned my bit rate down a bunch for Twitch. But I'm actually gonna turn it back up a little bit. But anyway, it was like I really appreciated them doing that, but I yeah, I don't know. Twitch seems like it's not great or something. I don't know. Like even right now, Twitch is telling me that my average stream bit rate is too high, which is dumb. Like it's super dumb. I don't understand. Like YouTube never gives me problems with it. I never have issues with that. So I just don't. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. Hey there, Turtle Bird. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. Just sort of getting the ball rolling here. Just sort of getting things going. Just sort of chatting, catching up with all of you and all that wonderful stuff. Freddy's over here chilling, being a good stinky boy, as he always is. Over there stinking up a storm, like always. I am purple maxing today. I am wearing literally all purple. Like my pants are purple. My top is purple. This is actually what I spin in, so it's a little dirty. Don't mind it. And then I got this at the festival I was at. It's just like a little mushroom souvenir. It's just kind of cute. And this bandana actually doesn't look that purple in this lighting, but it is. It's like a lavender. Oh. Blah. You look really pretty tonight. Aw, thank you. I don't feel super pretty tonight, but that's okay. But thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. I I'm pretty tired. I'm not gonna lie to any of you. Like we can chat news and politics. I am still quite tired from the event that I was at this past weekend. So I'm not sure exactly how wonderful of a stream this is gonna be. Like I took like a pretty fat nap before coming on here. So Ari boy, welcome on Twitch. Hello, hello. Aw. Love the emotes there. Very cute. Oh, speaking of emotes and stuff, I did reach out to someone about the getting emotes made for my channel. So I am working on that. Sorry for the yawn. Not trying to like tire anyone out here. But yes, I am working towards that. I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take for that to happen and for it all to pan out. But yeah, I mean, also like I wouldn't mind getting a couple artists involved. So like if anyone knows of any artists that would want to do art for the channel, um, hit me up slash let them know to hit me up or something. That would be super awesome because we got a lot of memberships last time, and I feel like having channel specific emotes would be super cool. Water is delicious. I love water so freaking much. It's amazing. But yeah, it was a beautiful day. I practiced a lot today. It was fun. It felt nice. And here I am. Like honestly, like all I did today was go outside and spin and clean a bit around the house and here I am. Here I freaking am. Yeah, so in terms of news and politics, there's kind of like a couple things we could talk about. I think I didn't really pay much attention to it, but there was the UFC fight at the White House or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, like it just feels like peak stupidity. You know what I mean? Like it really feels like America has hit like levels of like it's like the movie Idiocracy, you know? And it's like it just like even looking at it, like looking at the pictures of it just looks absurd and ridiculous. Yeah, peak absurdity. Exactly. It's a cancer event. Exactly. It's like it's just unbelievable that like that actually happened. Like it really does look like a scene out of the movie Idiocracy. Like it like I almost expected Trump to like get on the screen and be like electrolytes, it's what plants crave. Like I almost expected something like that. It's unbelievable. Um and yet tomorrow a new peak will be achieved. Infinite peak on order. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I'm curious to see. I'm sure I don't know if anyone else. I don't know how close you all are following the Iran war and everything. I've been following it pretty closely because obviously it's pretty important and kind of cataclysmic, actually. Like the Iran war thing, if that doesn't, if the Strait of Hormuz doesn't open up, I mean, even if it does open up, we are in a world of hurt. You know what I mean? So like, if it doesn't open up, I don't even know. Why am I yawning so much? Wild. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Probably because I'm sleepy. Actually, that makes now that I'm thinking about it, that makes a lot of sense. Um, Anyway, so there was some news that I was reading about, like, there's a potential deal, right, with Iran, and I know, like, God, we've heard this like a million times already, like, oh, there's gonna be a peace deal, and then Trump is like, no, we're gonna bomb them to oblivion, and then the next day he's like, oh, there's gonna be a peace deal, and then the next day he's like, we're gonna bomb them to oblivion, and it's just been back and forth like that relentlessly to the point where like it's impossible to tell what's actually happening anymore. Like the truth has been obfuscated to a point where it's like genuinely like every tweet that Trump makes or every truth or whatever the fuck is like it's just market manipulation. Like literally all they are doing is just trying to manipulate the stock market to make as much money as possible and also holy fucking shit. Thank you so much, Dead Domain, for another raid of 103 viewers. Can my Twitch handle 103 viewers? I guess we shall find out on the next episode of the Leah Passanetti live stream. Well, I guess we're gonna find out on this episode. Echo Lou, welcome. I'm just gonna type I'm just gonna type that out there and the hello all here from the Dead Domain raid. Hello and one second. Okay, cool. So yes, Glitchy X6, hello, Dice Mistress, Dice One Mistress, hello, hello everybody. I don't know if Twitch is even really working too well or whatever, but only if my fave trans femme VTuber tries to raid here, LMAO. Not yet. Hope not. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. But this admin ruined aliens for you. Ruined aliens. Hello, Aaron Frame and Drew Pruitt. Hello, hello, everybody. Sorry if Twitch is just like not working. Like I don't know what the heck is going on with that. I got rated last time, and I'm looking at Twitch right now, and I don't know what the heck is going on there. Actually, let me pull up a separate window. Wait. And oh, okay. No, it kind of seems like it's working. Twitch is fine. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyway, we were just talking about the absolute ridiculousness of what's going on with the Iran war. Because there were like I think there were two countries that independently verified that like there has been some sort of deal that has been reached by the Trump admin and like Iran or whatever. But it just feels like we have been through this so many times recently that like I have no fucking clue if it's actually gonna happen or not. Twitch seems to be holding up, that's fine. Okay, great. I'm glad Twitch is working. That's super great. That's honestly wonderful. Also, NBGSTLSG09. Thank you for the follow. I have no idea how I would pronounce that. Or something like that. Are we actually making some kind of progress towards admitting defeat? I don't know. I don't know. Like honestly, it's like it's confusing. It's confusing. So normally when I see Trump is announcing some potential peace deal or announcing the total annihilation of the entire world, I'm very skeptical, right? Because he's been doing that this entire time back and forth over and over and over. And it's like I just like obviously like it's mostly fake. Like it's got to mostly be fake, right? But then when you start having like other countries chime in and be like, no, this is actually a legit deal, it's like, well, maybe this is actually a legit deal. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But kind of what I was talking about is like, obviously, also, I don't know if I said hi to everybody. Aaron Frame, Inquisitor VDM, Banana Brains. I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? They have a 1 in 10 hit rate. uh, yeah, it's wild. Also, thank you everybody for the follows on uh Dukucky. Thank you for the follow, and the broken pancreas. Thank you for the follow. Sometimes Twitch names just like I just wonder how they come to be. How did Dukucky come to be, and how did the broken pancreas come to be? Those are the things that keep me awake at night. Jack Drac, thank you so much for the follow. This is huge. Duckers. Yeah, I assumed it was kind of like Ducky, you know, like that was it, but it definitely your username is definitely Dukucky. Um Yay, Leah's on. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Also Katie, hello, welcome. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's not immediately obvious, type 1 diabetic. Oh, well, yes, that actually does make a lot of sense. And I feel like that maybe should have been a little more obvious to me right off the rip. But yeah, I don't know. Just some of the usernames seem quite random. Like random macaroni. That is quite random. Thank you for the follow. Um yes. Uh it's fine. Been going by this for about 14 years. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, wish you well and everything, of course. The someone in YouTube chat typed that Dakake. I'm sorry. This is like way off topic. That's so funny though. That is peak humor, honestly. I'm living the dream right now. But yeah, it's just like it just feels like we're kind of like moving around the topic of discussing how like America has hit like insane peak levels of stupidity. Hey Ashlyn, welcome to the stream. 62, yeah, Dead Domain rated us, and that is so wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I'm a very tiny little content creator, and so like doing this is like um Dukucky. Oh, I was saying Dukucky. Like I was saying like that D cuck E is kind of what I was getting at. But it's yeah, you rock. Well, thank you. You rock, Ashlyn. You buy Freddy's food some months. Like there are some months where Ashlyn like bankrolls my cat, which is like the coolest thing that I've ever had to experience in my life. But anyway, so yeah, we're talking about idiocracy and how like America feels like it's hitting that point because you get the UFC fight over the weekend where it's just like it's so incredibly stupid. And then you have this incredibly stupid war going on as well. And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how dumb it is. Ashlyn, thank you so much for how many subs is that? Gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You're the best. The best ever there ever was. Hello there, Albo Shot. Today we have a superiority that we have never had behind. The army is the strongest defense industry in the world. What do you say or what do you think about it? Are you being for real? Are you like actually being for real? Our entire like multi-billion-dollar military is being brought to heel by Iran by the closure of the strait. And like I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures, but like everything we have done in the Iran war has not been indicative of military strength and strategy. It is indicative of us being completely and totally fucking stupid. So they literally painted silhouettes of planes on the ground in Iran. They planted the silhouette of planes on the ground and we bombed them. We thought they were real planes and we bombed them. And like if you don't realize how stupid that is, Yeah. I mean, like, there's a reason. Like, if Trump could just solve this by brute force, don't you think he would have already have done that? Like, Trump is incredibly stupid, and like, he is definitely like the kind of person who'd be like, yeah, let's just like freaking just bomb them to oblivion until they give up or whatever. But we can't do that because we don't have enough bombs, and they have amazing terrain. Like, they can't um Alex Alex Alexic Alexic. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. The American military falls apart in mountainous desert terrain. Exactly, yeah. The American military gets bogged down in mountainous desert like Afghanistan, while the Iranians have had decades to prepare their land to make invasion as painful as possible. Yeah, exactly. You can't enact regime change by air campaign. Yeah, and invading would be like insane. We would just they would just slaughter our troops by the millions. I'm new. Welcome, Wes. Does YouTube? Welcome. Fucking Looney Tunes logic. Yeah, no, literally, but like we fell for it, like the fell for it award goes to America. Like if we're being totally honest about everything, like we get the fell for it award. We fucked around, and now we are the ones who are finding out, as Pete Hegseth absolutely loves to say every second of every day. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, actually. Uh, this is what happens when you outsource good American drone pilots to AI. Yeah, I've heard about that. That like, this is like the first time that um, like pretty much the first time that we've ever had AI pilots kill like soldiers on the battlefield and stuff. And that feels really dystopian. The fact that that has officially happened. That we like AI is coming for drone pilots too. You know what I mean? Like, no one is safe from that. And like, frankly, it doesn't feel very like smart to like give AI control over weaponry, right? Like if one of the concerns we're talking about with AI is something like to the effect of like, oh, maybe they'll take over us and dominate us. Like maybe giving them like drones to control and like bombs to drop with those drones. Like maybe that's actually like a really bad idea, actually. I don't know. I just a thought for real. Um just a thought for real. Think of the job opportunities. I didn't expect the wrestling event I wanted. I didn't expect the wrestling event I wanted on the White House as a kid to become a reality, and it was even more gaudy and more stupid than I imagined. That's so funny. That's because mountains offer cover that requires boots on the ground to locate troops. Yes, exactly. Uh, the AI also targeted the schoolgirls in the first salvos. Yes, I saw that there was an interview with the UK Palantir CEO, and they kept asking him like, "Hey, like, are you guys responsible at all for the fact that there was like, you know, um oh shit. Sorry. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. Did I miss anything in Twitch here? We got people chatting. Our military is the biggest dead end albatross. True. Conservatives use catchphrases because they don't even have real rhetoric anymore. True. Um, Speaking of military, why have they failed 7 consecutive audits each year? Yeah, no, the Pentagon is like the biggest part of like um waste and fraud and abuse in our entire government. Like if we really wanted to go after waste, fraud, and abuse, like the military industrial complex is like number one by like a long shot. Like you like the US aid stuff was like, I'm pretty sure that's like less than 1% of our spending, was one less than 1% of our spending. And the military, uh it's insane. It's insane how much money we spend on the military. So stupid too. Controversial hot take, maybe don't invent Terminator, please. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I don't understand why we are doing this. Like, why are we who greenlit that? Who was like, you know what? Like, cause like AI is so immature anyway. Like, it's like such a new thing. Like, are we seriously confident enough in it to just give it weapons? Like, are we gonna start handing like those stupid AI whatevers? Are we gonna start like handing the robots machine guns and stuff? Like, that's so dumb. Also, Julie Bean, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Don't be so quick to thank me. I am in the general mood of the stream, but please don't talk about the military. I became military geek when Russia invaded Ukraine, and since I developed obsessive following the military bloggers and news, even if your heart is in the right place for military, assessment is just vibe based, understandably. Uh, okay. Don't talk about the military. Um, frankly, that's stupid. That's really stupid. Also, like, I know people that have been in the military. I am familiar with how the military works. Like, I'm not some just incredibly dumb, stupid person. It is a literal fact that our military is overfunded and completely useless when it comes to like massive campaigns like this. Like, hard power only goes so far, especially air campaigns and stuff like that. Like, that is literally true. And like, you cannot argue like i- if you're shilling for the military industrial complex, I'm sorry, you're being kind of an idiot. I don't want to like insult you or anything, but like, if you think what's going on with our military is like impressive and cool, then I think that I think that's actually kind of deranged, actually. Like, um I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, there is a okay, yeah, I'm gonna hide this user from the channel. There was a troll in YouTube chat, and honestly, y'all wouldn't stop replying to it, so I'm just gonna ban it and move on with my life. Don't talk it offensively. I'm talking about strategies. Okay. All right. Gotcha, buddy. I'm gonna give you a little head pat there and tell you to keep chewing on that lead. You'll get there eventually. I'm proud of you. Not really. Hey, if we could like the YouTube stream, that would be so sick. That would be like the best thing ever. Honestly, like, I feel like that would be like really cool and awesome and amazing. You can bet money AI will be used in war. Nixon in Vietnam is why we don't have a forced draft. Dread troops are bad political optics. Oh, you mean dead troops, not dread troops. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we've, like, drone warfare has gotten way more popular over the years because obviously, instead of having troops go in and do stuff or having pilots go in and do stuff, if you can just like fly a plane or a drone from thousands of miles away and drop bombs that way, like, you're not, sending actual humans into the fray. And it's like that is why drone warfare like took off in the early 20s, uh the early 2000s, and like got really popular. um Now, like, in a way, like, yeah, it's better not to have troops die, but also, like, AI are probably going to attack civilian infrastructure pretty often. Like as we saw with like, I don't remember if I finished talking about this, but the Palantir CEO, the Palantir CEO from in UK was interviewed and was talking to someone about the fact that like that girls' school was bombed in Iran, and they were asking about the list of targets that was given, and like literally the CEO kept saying, he basically said, we don't provide a list of targets, all we do is generate a list of targets. And it's like, you literally just said the same thing. Like like you just said, like like what you said didn't make any sense. Like, it's honestly boggling that like he thought this was like some kind of actual answer to the question. Like, oh no, we didn't tell them to bomb the girls' school. We just provided the list of targets that had a girls' school on it for the government to decide to bomb or not. Like, how stupid is that? Like that is so insanely stupid. Oh, Fred's being a cute boy over there. You all see him being super cute. You all see that? He's such an adorable little guy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I love him so very much. Drone's parents don't write letters. Hey there, Citron. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you all ever seen the Star Trek original series episode where there's two planets running a computer simulation of war, and those who are bombed go into euthanation pods? That's the kind of ultimate horror of war technology and where we're going. Yeah, that's kind of wild to think about, but yeah, like we are moving more towards like robotics warfare, drone warfare, that kind of stuff. Like obviously, like I said, drone warfare is way more popular, but I could see in the long term remote operated robots and like AI operated drones and shit like that might be the kind of thing that we see in the future. Like, like there's a lot of like every time we've seen a demo of like the autonomous robots or whatever, like the stupid things that like Elon is making, every time they've done a demonstration of those robots, it's just been a person in like a VR headset and like in like a suit controlling it. Like that has been what they've been doing. They don't actually have AI autonomous controlled robots. And I wonder why they're able to do drones, but they're not able to do like the walking robots. Like that was one thing that I was thinking about when I saw that news story. Is like how do we how are the drones working well enough to like hit targets and stuff apparently? But like, the walking robots have no ability to be run by AI. It doesn't really make sense. Let's see here. Even Lockheed Martin's SR-71 Blackbird, which I think is the prettiest plane in use, is overly expensive and over-engineered. Yeah, yeah, all of our military stuff is overly expensive and over-engineered, which is partially why our military budget is so hyperinflated, because it costs us an insane amount of money to do literally anything. And that money could be used to feed people in our country or give people health care. And we would still have, like, let me be clear about it. We could take straight out of the military budget enough money to feed everybody, to give everybody free fucking health care, affordable housing, zero homelessness in America. Like, we could solve child care. Like, we could solve literally every single issue in America and still have the most well-funded military in the world. Like, that is the level of absurdity that we are talking about in terms of the military budget. Like, that is one of the things that constantly drives me up a fucking wall with our country, and when people are arguing about like, oh, I don't know if we can afford healthcare. I don't know if we can afford to feed people. Like, people have to starve to death in this country because we need like another tank and more like over engineered expensive planes that are just gonna get like shot down or not really used for anything. Like, it's so dumb. It's so insanely dumb. And like there is money for it. There is absolutely money for it. It's just a matter of a lack of will. Like, the people in power don't care. They don't give a single flying fuck, and so they're not gonna they don't want to fix the issues. They don't want to fix the problems. Let's see here. Once robots can do slam dunks, then I'll be impressed. Drones don't have hundreds of motors running every joint and don't need to stand up and balance on the ground. Yeah, that would make sense. I guess that does make sense as to why the one thing is possible, but the other one is not. Um, Makes a lot of sense to me. I was thinking about that after I said it, that like, yeah, probably walking and having to balance on ground and interact with stuff like that would be a lot more complicated than just like controlling thrust or something, like in a plane. Like, if you're in a drone flying, you probably have more of an indication that you need to adjust things than if you're like a robot walking on the ground. When you are in the air, you have no restrictions on your movement in a 3D sense. On the ground, you have to keep upright and articulate multiple limbs against the force of gravity. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Meds, not bombs. We could literally just stop funding Israel and get free healthcare tomorrow. Yeah, Israel gets free healthcare. Like, everyone that lives in Israel gets free healthcare. What the fuck is up with that? Like, they get it. We're not allowed to get it. Really dumb. Super dumb. How long before the military makes their own atom smasher? You know, that's a really good point. And probably not super long. Like it feels like the future we are moving into is so stupid. I do kind of expect there to be like, yo, you know what's like a great idea? Like, what if we create like this robot super soldier programmed to kill people, and then we like, you know, like do that. Like I think that's like where we're heading, which is super fun. If this was Star Trek, Americans would play the part of the Romulans, a warlike species who was out to control the universe. Yeah, I mean it's uh, like like we are imperialists. Like we're colonialists, you know, like that's what America is. America is an imperialist, colonialist society. And so like anytime you're looking at media and you see a society like that, now obviously media usually like it's like an exaggerated representation, you know, it's kind of like in a more dramatic sense because of entertainment value and stuff like that. Like that's how that stuff is talked about. But like yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it's headed. Like I don't know, like Starship Troopers, for instance. If anyone has any experience with Starship Troopers, you know that is like meant to. That's about America. It's about the insanity of America and sending troops to die in these super dumb, pointless wars and uh spreading managed democracy and shit. Like Helldivers is also kind of like that. Um, yeah, and honestly, like Cyberpunk outside of Atom Smasher, Cyberpunk does feel like it is an extension of like if we took the trajectory we are on and just like blasted forward into the past, we might end up in a country or a world that is kind of like Cyberpunk, where you know, it's like corpo military uh industrial society and everything is run by, you know, like corporations have personal military forces and shit like that. It's just yeah. If Adam Smasher was a girl, I would unfortunately let her crack my shit. Uh thanks for the laugh. That's pretty great. That's pretty great right there. We are heading for a world between Metal Gear Solid 4, Milpunk, and Cyberpunk. That's true. That's true. Far too many people don't realize that movie is satire. Yeah, I know. I know. It's really frustrating seeing people think that like Starship Trooper or like Helldivers is like cool. Like, ooh, like that's such a cool, like, ooh, it's so cool. It's like you do realize this is like a joke, right? Like this is supposed to be making fun of things and like supposed to be about that. Um Same thing with Cyberpunk. Like I see a lot of people constantly be like, ooh, it'd be so cool to like live in the world of Cyberpunk. It's like, have you not played the fucking games, bro? Like no, it's not cool. It's literally the point is that it's a dystopia. Like you're not supposed to want that like at all. Like I feel like honestly like the people that are like that are people that have the lowest level interpretation of the media. You know what I mean? Like they look at Starship Troopers, they're like, look how fucking cool these like troops are, guys. Like, look how fucking badass they are. Like these fucking vicious bugs and stuff, but they're like going, bro. Like they're fighting, bro, for democracy, bro. Like, and same thing with Helldivers. Like people do that stuff too. And same thing with Cyberpunk. They're like, bro, like the cybernetics though, bro. Like wouldn't that be so fucking sick to be able to like get like blades to like shoot out of your arms and stuff, bro? It's like no, actually, I would prefer not to have like surgery to implant weapons into my body because the world is so fucking dangerous that I need to be like a trained cybernetic enhanced fucking assassin in order to like pay rent. Like that's not what we want in the world. It's so stupid. Like I wish those people would watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners, but I know that if any of those people who think it's awesome watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners, they'd be like, dude, like honestly, like the ending was just like a skill issue thing. Like I wouldn't have done that. Like I would have been, it would have been fine for me because like I'm just like smart and whatever. It's like, no, like you'd be dead too, brother. Like you'd be fucking toasty toast or whatever. And what is this? Fight the devil's power to the planet Germany has been fight the Marxism. This oh my god, no. No. What the fuck? That was a this person, where is this person? Can I ban them? Are they still in my chat? Yeah, there's this weird person in my chat. What the fuck is That's so weird. I'm just banning you. Goodbye. They said some like really weird shit. And the auto moderation finally caught them, and I realized that they were saying some weird shit. So sorry that they were chilling in the chat there. Um, I have a friend that is obsessed with Helldivers. He knows it's satire, but I'm starting to get concerned. Yeah, like I you know, like just I feel like people should be willing to admit that Helldivers is satire. I mean, like if you play Helldivers, like your character dies all the time. Like does that not concern you that you would be the one getting like eviscerated and blown up to bits or whatever? If you are broke in the real world, you'd be on the streets in Cyberpunk. Yeah, if you were broke in the real world, you'd be like forced into a gang in Cyberpunk where you would be sent on a job and Militech would show up and like perforate you instantly and you'd be fucking bleeding out on the ground. Like that is the future that you have in store for you with that kind of shit. You're not gonna be the main pro tag of Cyberpunk 2077, which also doesn't have a great like ending. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really work out for everybody or anybody. People imagine themselves as Lord Humongous and not the guy strapped to the front of his car. Exactly. Exactly. I wanted to share that earlier. I saw a rat VTuber playing Ratatouille on a GameCube. Okay. Protagonist identification problem. Yeah, no, for sure. Like these people think that they're the main character and they're just gonna like be fine. And it's like you do realize that you're gonna be like one of the gangbangers that gets like perforated by Militech, right? Skill issue, upgrade your brain RAM and CPU and run a Linux distro. Yeah, exactly. All of these endings are some degree of bad. Yeah, exactly. And I actually like, I really respect them for doing that because it's like more real. Like if there was like a cop out ending where it's like actually everything is like so perfect. Um it's just like no, actually. Like I'm glad. And same thing with Edgerunners. Like I feel like Edgerunners is honest too in that sense, like the way that all worked out. I don't want to like spoil it or anything. Um David Martinez's story is so explicitly foretold from the beginning. Exactly, it is. And you keep thinking like, yeah, but like maybe it won't end up that way. But it does. And I respect them for doing that. You know what I mean? Like I really respect the creators for doing that. I would rewatch Edgerunners, but like I cried so hard the first time I watched Edgerunners. Like it destroyed my soul. Like I knew it was gonna happen. You see it coming like a million miles away, but like holy shit, dude. Like that doesn't make it any less tragic and doesn't make it hurt any less. Like I want to rewatch it because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of art, but like it's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch. Uh, it's so emotional, you know? The Republicans may be fine with living as peasants in the second Gilded Age, but I am not. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if any of you saw this. I'm probably a lot of you did, but Elon Musk is officially the world's first trillionaire, which is fucking terrible. And like we don't need any of that in our world at all. Like, like Elon Musk is officially the first trillionaire in the history of the world and the richest person ever to have lived ever in the history of the world. That feels like maybe a problem that should be addressed by society. Um, like maybe, just maybe. Just maybe. Everything he owns should be confiscated. Yeah, I mean, like, we should have a progressive taxation system. Like, that is just like square one, right? I mean, like, there's a lot of things that we need. None of it can be accomplished without a progressive taxation system. And like, that is the first fucking step. For real. Um, it's disgusting. Meritocracy is and always has been a myth in this country. Exactly. It's a lie. It's like trickle down economics. Like, oh, it's like, I mean, obviously, like the only way that capitalism can subsist is by convincing people that somehow you're gonna end up being one of the rich people at the end of the day, and that's how people get bought in and convinced that like this is okay somehow because you might end up. You're not going to, but you might end up as one of the lucky few or whatever. And like none of us are going to end up as one of the lucky few. Like it's just not going to happen. But propaganda is powerful. Like honestly, like it's embarrassing how effective American propaganda is on Americans because it's so insanely stupid. I think about this all the time that it's like actually kind of mind-blowing that like average everyday Americans are so bought into things like the average American thinks that Elon Musk is smart. That alone is so insane that like if you know literally anything about Elon Musk, you know that the only way that he has gotten to the position that he's at is by compounding wealth. Like Elon Musk himself has basically contributed fucking nothing to the projects that he's been a part of. He's not a genius. He's not like out here solving every problem and designing these rockets himself, and like he's not like he doesn't have some grand vision of Mars or whatever the fuck. Like literally he is just an idiot who had so much money that he was able to hire a really good PR team and then compound money. Like that's it. That's literally it. And it just to this day, there are people, even people that I know that are progressive. Like there are people that I know that are like progressive people that still think he's smart somehow. And it's like, dude, how is that even possible? How is American propaganda is so pathetic in it's kind of like how like it blows my mind that people can watch Donald Trump speak and be like, yeah, this guy's got it. Like, dude, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, you can't spend the 15 seconds thinking about the things that he said to realize how fucking stupid that is? Or like the fact that like he's already backtracked on like every promise that he's ever like, oh, no new wars, no new wars. Like there was an interview that Trump had with I can't remember who the fuck, but like Trump had an interview with someone recently and they asked him, they were like, hey, on the campaign trail, you said over and over, no new wars. Well, you know, how do you square that circle? And Trump was like, I never said there would be no new wars. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. You're putting words in my mouth, but I never said there would be no new wars. That's what I know. That was the weirdest. That was like not really Donald Trump. That was more like just a New York accent, I guess. But anyway, the point is he basically was just like, yeah, no, I didn't say that. That thing that I said over and over and over that there's like hundreds of recordings of me saying over and over and over. No, I actually like didn't even say that. So like, And it's like if you're like even slightly intelligent, like if you have any self-awareness at all, you can be like, yo, I actually remember him saying that there would be no new wars over and over and over and over again. But like there are new wars. So it's almost like he lied, you know? But then there's these MAGA people. Like I just don't understand what the fuck is going on in their brain. Like it's really like it really feels like these people are so emotionally immature. Like these MAGA people and these fucking Republicans. Like they're so emotionally immature that they don't want to admit that they've been duped. They don't want to admit that they've been lied to. They don't want to admit that they took the bait. They fucking hook, line, and sinker ate that shit up with a shit spoon. Like Trump is spoon feeding them shit with a spoon made of shit out of a bowl made of shit. And they're like, actually, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. And if anyone tells me otherwise, I will defend it until the day I die. And it's like, dude, like you can just admit that like this is fucking stupid and wrong and like and I've seen I've seen videos of some people turning on Trump or whatever. But what gets me, what really what really grinds my gears is that it's things like when Americans see the price at the gas pump or whatever after the Iran war started. Stuff like that is what got people to be mad at Trump. Like they don't give a fuck about the immigrants and the mistreatment there and how many hundreds of immigrants have died because of ICE and in detainment facilities and shit like that, and how many families have been ripped apart and how many lives have been ruined, and there are so many horrific things happening, but like none of that really matters to any of them because the only thing that actually matters to them is if they're spending an extra $30 at the gas pump or $40 at the gas pump. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you fucking piece of shit, Trump. Like it's like a petulant child who like you give them you give them a bunch of candy, you spoon feed them candy over and over, shit candy over and over and over again, and then like you like they throw a tantrum if they don't get their little treats, like if they don't get their little fucking treats, and then it's okay. That was a rant. Woo. Oh, he actually meant no, comma, new wars. Oh, I see. He actually meant no. I'm going to start new wars. Yeah, that's what like honestly, it's really impressive how like that works though. Like you would think like you would genuinely think that if someone lied as often as Donald Trump lies, and if someone like turned face as often as Donald Trump turned face, like you would think that people like it's like the story of the boy who cried wolf or whatever, right? Like everybody knows that story. Like doesn't it kind of feel like maybe that's a little bit relevant to Donald Trump, Like if he lies 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 times, that maybe at some point you should start fucking expecting that everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Like maybe that should be a thing. I don't know. I'm just saying. You would think, but MAGA doesn't. That's true. That is so true. It's all emotional. Like it's all just like right wingers and reactionaries are just caught up in their fifis. Like they're literally just like little children who have never spent a day in their life challenging themselves emotionally, spiritually, or what the fuck ever, and they're just like little fucking spoiled ass babies. That's what they're like. It's fucking crazy, honestly. It's absolutely wild. And like one thing that I don't really understand how we're gonna do, like obviously Trumpism is fucking dead. Like MAGA is dead. Like there is no moving forward for MAGA. There is only the complete deconstruction of the movement, especially after Donald Trump passes away. There is absolutely nobody who can carry the cult like energy that Donald Trump brings to the MAGA movement. And so the MAGA movement will die with Trump. And I'm just so curious how these fucking people are going to try to get out of them. Like, how are they going to transition back to society? how are they going to like move forward? Like in 10 years, are they going to be like, oh, actually, I wasn't MAGA. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just don't understand. Like, what are these people going to do? You know? I don't get it. You know? It's like people who supported Ronald Reagan. Like, they're still kind of proud of that, right? But like, I don't think people are going to be proud of supporting Donald Trump. I think it's sort of going to be one of those things where it's like if you supported Donald Trump, you kind of just don't talk about it. Okay, sorry I'm not reading chat. Something I bring up whenever it is mentioned, we are in the lead to when idiocracy takes place. Yeah. MAGA is more hated now than before Trump's second term. The social mandate they thought they had is long gone, much to their dismay. No, for sure, Mackenzie. It's like genuinely like they lost the mandate within the first year of his office. Like Trump got into office and lost popularity faster than any president in the history of the country. Like genuinely, he just fucking ruined every like it's hard for a president to fuck things up in their first year. Like genuinely, if a president gets elected, usually they ride a wave of support and their first year is just all good. Like it's just like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, everyone loves you and you know, you're riding high and you won the election and your support is at its peak." Right? The first year of your term is peak, right? But that's not what happened to Trump. His support cratered like almost instantly. Okay. So yeah, no, it's like Trumpism is only going to decline from here on out. I really sometimes wonder if media isn't designed to make people look dumber and more callous than they actually are. Wait. Sometimes I really sometimes wonder if media isn't designed to make people look dumber and more callous than they actually are. I think it might be the brain neuroplasticity declines later in life if they locked in and committed to the cult. Even if they lose interest, those pathways are still there and still strong. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I get neuroplasticity is like a hard thing. Like, honestly, it really feels more like it's a result of a lack of critical thinking or something like that. Like, genuinely, I feel like the MAGA movement is led entirely by reactionary instincts. And I don't think that that's like a stretch by any imagination. I think that most conservatives would admit that MAGA is like a reactionary far right segment of republicanism or conservatism. And so you know, reactionary stuff is essentially like the inability to critically think and react to new information and stuff. So that makes a lot of sense to me. That's the American chauvinism coming through. Even other progressives need to reckon with it. It's almost solipsistic by definition. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that even a lot of progressives definitely have that kind of like American, yeah, the chauvinism. And I have a theory. They'll say I didn't like him as a person, just what he was about. Yeah, no, true. Like they'll be like they'll act like Trump told them this told them a lie and was actually like I don't know. They'll say they're duped or something. Trump is too old to pull a Hitler style war with everyone. Um that's I don't know actually. I think actually because he's suffering from dementia and stuff that's not unlikely to happen. Like I do think that Donald Trump is like completely out of control, and I don't think that it's impossible for him to try to pull like a Hitler style like just go to war with everybody thing. Like I don't think that's impossible at all. Sorry I wasn't reading chat for a while there. I appreciate all of you for being so engaged and chatting and stuff. Like it's super sick. You're all amazing. This is a great stream so far. I'm really thankful for everybody being here. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that's great. I would love that. I have my link tree pinned in both chats. If you want to watch on Twitch, you can watch on Twitch. If you want to watch on YouTube, you can watch on YouTube. You can follow the link tree to get to whatever streaming service you want. And I have other social medias as well. For those of you who don't know, I do a thing called Flow Arts. I'm a circus sideshow performer and stuff like that. And if you want to see all of that, like I post my practice footage and stuff on my Instagram. So if you want to see the art that I do and the thing that I'm passionate about outside of ranting about politics for hours on end, then you can go to my link tree and peep that shit. Fred is being super cute. This is Fred. He's my boy. He is the actual host of the channel. Everyone comes here for Fred and they just put up with me. So, hey Andrew, welcome to the stream. Okay, yeah, Andrew, you could just DM me about those. That would be great. Fred went to go eat food. He's ignoring all of you because food is more important to him than anything else in the entire world, which makes sense. Makes total sense, but I'm sure he'll be back. Fred loves to do this thing where like he'll eat a little bit of food and then he'll come up here and he'll get pets and then he'll go eat food and then he'll come up here and get pets. So my mom is drifting away from MAGA, but she still says he was the lesser of two evils. Oh my God, dude. The cope is unreal. Lesser compared to what? For her, it was all about abortion, thinking about the babies. And you know what? I've actually noticed this with a lot of Republicans. Like most conservatives are reactionary about one specific area of discourse, and that is their entire motivational whatever for the reason they vote. Like I know someone who voted for Trump 3 times because, and I shit you not, taxes. And now I want to be very clear, this person who voted for Trump 3 times because, and I quote, taxes, this person does not make enough money to benefit from the tax cuts that Trump has implemented. Like there are certain insanely wealthy people that do benefit from the Trump taxation system and stuff like that. That is very true. But this person is not one of those people. So like somewhere along the way, she just like decided that like somehow, even though she doesn't understand it, Republicans are better about taxes and therefore this person will just vote for Republicans for the rest of her life. It's insane. It's insane. My grandmother thinks Trump stopped post-birth abortions and thought if Trump got back into power, oh Lord, Mackenzie, that is unsettling. Yeah, it really does feel like a lot of it is older people. Like I do think that like what's really interesting about Trump is that like Trump is like if you take the worst instincts of every boomer, like if you take the entire boomer experience and you trim out like only the worst parts of it, that is MAGA. Like that is literally MAGA. And it's kind of like, I don't know. It's really fucking weird. It's always taxes, abortion, immigrants. They don't want to say they hate brown people. Yeah. Also let her know. Another brokey voting for Epstein's best friend. Good thing they don't ally with queer and immigrant vote. Yeah. Post-birth abortions, aka murder. Yeah, exactly. That's a key pattern. They have a core identity issue, but they don't bother to actually understand issues beyond talking points, which are usually false. Yeah, exactly. Like, like I mean, that is kind of the nature of reactionary people. Is that like they don't actually do any research or look into anything. They just have an emotional reaction to something, and that fuels the animus behind their entire political identity. Like it is literally true to say that like leftism and leftist politics are built out of a concern for society and for policies that would make life better. Like leftists are concerned about human rights, we're concerned about the environment, we're concerned about having healthcare systems and economies that work for everybody. And like if you arrive at the quote unquote correct positions, they're like almost always left-wing positions. And if you take the conservative positions or the right-wing positions, they are almost always the incorrect positions and entirely built up from like the specters of fear or anger or bigotry. And it's just like, again, it's just, you go back to the idea that like conservatives are just incredibly immature, stupid people. Like they're just incredibly immature, stupid people. But anyway, so about the boomers, if you take like the worst instincts of the boomers, right, and you put them all in a box, that is literally Donald Trump. And so like it's weird because like the boomers are obviously on their way out, right? So like, yep, they're on their way out, and Donald Trump will be the last baby boomer president. That is a fact. But it's like, it's so funny that like the most toxic generation that we've seen in like maybe ever, generated the most toxic president ever, like right before they all just die out and fucking go to the grave. Like they're like, the boomers are literally taking the ship down with them. It's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And like their toilet flushing noises 10 to 15 times, even 10 to 15 times. Uh yeah. There are brighter times ahead. We just got to outlive the boomers. I agree that outliving the boomers is important and a part of what will make America better, but we do have to contend with the fact that the system that has been created, and like there's momentum and inertia within systems, right? So like the American political system is not very mutable. Like in its current state, things are very deadlocked and it's almost impossible to get anything done. Uh Anime Sidekick Gal, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. You're amazing. That's really lovely. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm sure the people that got the memberships appreciate it too. So yes, I think that like, a for sure part of it is outliving the boomers, but like we need to reform the systems that the boomers have set up to actually work. And I don't know. Like I'm not gonna lie, Gen Xers are kind of not great. A lot of Gen Xers are very traumatized from the boomers and like are not necessarily the best allies in this fight. And so like, okay, so the millennials, the millennials are the ones who broke the trauma cycle from the boomers and Gen Xers. Like that, most millennials are those kinds of people who have fought to like to do a lot of work undoing the generational trauma of uh from the American boomers and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It really depends. Like we have to get all these people, we have to get all these old fucks out of office, and we have to put in young people who have actual ideas about how to make things better, and then we actually have to make things better. I am like out of water. That's really sad. Oh, Anime Sidekick Gal, thank you so much for the $5. I'm sorry, I liked it, but I forgot to read it out loud. You have to share this with your co-host Freddie. Don't worry, he will get a portion of that in I will give him food. He will get food, and that is how he will receive your love. 4-year presidency is useless. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't like basically the way the American system is set up is so that nothing will change. And so like we need to reform the system in a very dramatic way that doesn't really feel possible. Like how are we going to get like constitutional amendments through? Like how is that even going to happen? I don't see any pathway for things like constitutional amendments. Like how is that going to happen? So like I don't know. It's like we have like there's this it kind of I hate to say it, but it kind of reminds me of Rome, where you get like this political deadlock where nothing can actually, like nothing good can actually happen. Uh and it's just, yeah, I don't know. Ashlyn said soundboard. Oh, do you mean with the flushing 10 to 15 times? That would make a good that would make a good soundboard thing. Boomers were always about pulling the ladder up behind them. What we're living through is the end result of that. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, the boomers just wanted to be the most comfy generation of all time, and they didn't care the cost of that. I worry how many generations it will take to fix the damage. That's the thing, is that like it's very easy to do damage and very easy to fuck things up, but it's a lot harder to put them together. And honestly, like I don't know. Like the way that the country is moving, like we're moving towards essentially total collapse. And so like uh yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. Like we need like either there will be total collapse and a rebuilding from that. Fred's getting annoyed because I'm petting him so much. Or I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna fill up my water real quick. I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. Is that okay? Also I wanted to say like there's like little things all over the floor. That is literally litter. I use walnut litter, which is brown and looks gross, but it's actually just litter. I usually vacuum it up before stream, but I kind of forgot. Ayn Rand is also one of the most toxic people to ever exist. That is so true. I don't consider Gen X apathy to be a virtue, and I'm kind of really annoyed by them now. I get that. I'm not saying all Gen Xers are bad or anything, and there are definitely Gen Xers who did break the trauma cycle from boomers, but it's there's a reason why millennials are viewed as the ones who broke the trauma cycle and not Gen Xers, because a lot of Gen Xers didn't and still don't do anything to challenge. Like I know a lot of Gen Xers that are not even conservatives that voted for Trump. And it's like, dude, like you got to be fucking for real. Like what the fuck? Anyway, I will be right back. I'm just going to like fill up my water real fast and I appreciate all of you. Thanks for being here. Keep chatting or whatever and just give me one. Oh, give us flow art B-roll. I could probably do that. Do you guys want to watch one of my favorite flow artists of all time? Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I feel like the music is copyrighted. Are you guys okay watching it without music? I feel like that's kind of rough. Is that okay? I guess it's gonna have to be okay. Like I guess you're just all gonna have to deal with it. Window capture. It's really sad because the music is like a huge part of this video. But yeah, I'm just gonna play this and I don't know. Did I is that good? Is it all lined up? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I will I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It just like started auto playing something. Weird. Anyway, let me turn that text box off. Oh, sorry, I had to take a little break there. I really needed some water. JS Springer, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, and thank you to everybody who stuck around from the raid. You're awesome. You're the best. You're the best there ever was. You're the best there ever was. Okay. I saw a lady doing this fire flow dancing, and she caught the polyester fringe of her shorts on fire for just a second. Yeah, you should never, awesome. You should never, ever, ever, ever be wearing polyester clothing when you're doing fire performance. That is actually like, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that you saw someone wearing polyester while spinning fire, is concerning. Like they should not be doing that. They should know better. And if they don't know better, then that's really bad. Uh, what do we got here? Wow. What is flow arts? Um, flow arts is the thing that I was showing. Oh, sweaty. Sweaty. I mean, I could show a little more flow art. I could show videos of me doing flow arts, but is it because of Trump that the housing market is so bad? The price for a starter home has increased? Um, no, it's not. It's not a direct result of Trump. Like there are, like obviously Trump isn't making the situation better, but this is what I mean when I'm talking about the fact that like yes, MAGA will die with Trump, and yes, the boomers will die with Trump. Like the boomer movement is dying with Trump, right? Like that is a thing, right? And that's very true, but also like Trump is not a uniquely like it's not like when Trump goes away everything's just going to get better. Like that's like believing that Obama was going to fix everything after Bush, right? Like that's if you believed that, that was naive. And you know, if you believe that about Trump, that like the next Democratic president or whatever is going to just make everything better, then you're being naive too. Because like the systems that have been set up are obviously being exacerbated by Trump in a very bad way. But like Trump is not um he is not the disease, he is a symptom of the disease. That is yeah. I like how Fred pets Leah in order to indicate that he wants to be petted. Yeah, Fred likes to like pat me. He'd be like, "Hey, hey, hey, give me some pets." That's how he does it. That's how he does it. I'm 30. We may be around to see the consequences of anoxic ocean dead zones emitting titanic amounts of methane, hydrogen sulfide, and pathogenic fungal spores and aerosolized bacterial biofilms as a result of the collapse of the Atlantic uh, meridional overturning circulation. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so climate change is a huge thing. That's for sure. That's it's better to be honest in your replies to your kids. It stinks, but the truth, honest truth, will get things in motion for them to understand and imagine a world they can change for the in the future. Yeah, no, for sure. Um, Bro sees his owner yapping to the void and he's worried about you. That's true. You know what's really funny though is like Fred knows that like when I'm streaming that he just looked at he heard me say his name. He's like, "What, you talking about me?" But like when a cat bumps you with their head asking for pets, it's called bunting. Yeah, Fred loves to bunt me. Fred sometimes will like bunt me and he'll literally just leave his head on me. Like I'll stick my whatever out and he'll just like put his head there and he'll just leave it there. It's really cute. Fred's a super cute boy. He loves cuddling. Fred cuddles with me at night. He's a very cuddly boy. He's a very cuddly boy. Aren't you a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're the bestest, sweetest boy. Yes, you are. You're so stinky, but you're cute, which makes it all okay. You're so stinky, but I love you. I love you. I love you. I love cat cuddles. Yeah, honestly, cat cuddles are amazing. Like, when Freddy's cuddling with me, it feels like everything's right in the world, doesn't it, buddy? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Um, yeah, the climate the climate change stuff is bad. We don't need to talk about it too much. I honestly, so for climate change stuff, like we're gonna need like we're gonna need like genius level solutions to these problems because we like all of the solutions that we have right now are not enough. So like it's going to be up to the younger generations to somehow innovate climate technology and environmental sciences in order to be able to somehow mitigate the cataclysmic level disaster that we are heading towards, which is not fun. It's why we need the international community to understand how serious this is. This kind of mass extinction event happened 252 million ago as a result of Siberian traps eruption igniting cold. No, for sure. Like I wish the international community like it's really scary how little energy there seems to be put towards the avoidance of the climate catastrophe. My cat avoided the hell out of me when I first transitioned. What a cat. Must have been confusing for them a little bit. You know, actually, when I started transitioning, that was one thing that I was really scared. I was really scared that Freddie would like stop recognizing me or something, or that like my smell would change or something, and he would like not recognize me anymore. That was obviously silly, but I do wonder sometimes if like animals get like a little confused when their owners start hormone therapy. The solutions are there. The politicians just need to not take billionaire funding and implement them. No, I get it, but like we are very much we are very close to being to the point where there's absolutely no solution that we have that will be enough. Like we have solutions right now, but we are the longer we wait and the worse we let things get, the less effective those solutions are and the less that they mitigate. And so like we are very quickly coming to a point where even if we implement every solution that we have with our modern technology, we will not be able to mitigate the catastrophic like level events that are staring us down. Okay, sorry, I was reading chat there. If I can come up with ideas for an oceanic life support network, people much smarter than me can too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why are there billionaires that don't get taxed? Because they're wealthy enough to be able to hire um, tax attorneys that can basically utilize the tax loopholes that have been put in place by rich people for rich people. Like if you're a working class American, you can't hire a tax team in order to get like all of the like if there are probably loopholes and like things that you could use as an American citizen to like get like your taxes reduced or whatever, but you don't have the time or money to afford a whole fucking team to do that. And corporations have lobbied for years and years and years and years to set up a system that they really benefit from. So again, like they've just created a system that works entirely for them and not for anyone else. Hey there, Health. Welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for being a beacon of light in such a dark place. I appreciate you. Aw, that's really nice. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Old boomers and some Gen Xers I grew up around think stopping climate change is pointless because they believe the disasters that we're bring are biblical prophecy. Yeah, like I was actually driving to the event this past weekend and I passed this sign. I was driving around like on a country road, like rural bumfuck Ohio, and I saw this sign that said uh don't blink, Jesus is coming soon or whatever. And it had like a clock where like it was almost at midnight or whatever. And it's like literally like yeah, like they think that like Israel and a lot of other places, like they're trying to create the conditions to bring about what they believe to be the second coming of Jesus or the biblical apocalypse. And there's like you would be surprised the event the rapture. Yeah, you would be surprised at the amount of people in power that actually believe that like that's going to happen. Like it's kind of a lot of them. And it's not good. The Jesus respawn timer. So funny. That's such a funny way to put it. These people are in a death cult. True. Evangelical Christianity is a death cult. True. The forces of carbon capital seems insurmountable to challenge and defeat. I know. It's frustrating. Like even at this late date, like with oil and gas, the oil and gas market is collapsing around us as we speak, and it's like we are not transitioning quickly enough to renewables and solar and wind and all that stuff and nuclear and stuff. Like we are not doing that, and it's confounding. It's stupefying. Like how can we see the conditions in the world today and not be like, oh shit, we should have started investing in renewables like 15, 20 years ago at the very least. Like if we had done that, we would have set ourselves up for success. Like we would be in a really good spot right now, but we didn't. And yeah, really frustrating. There are a plethora of ways to stop climate change. We just don't put any money into life-saving technologies because it's not immediately turning $1 trillion a profit. No, for sure. Like capitalism is a huge reason as to why we aren't implementing the things that we have right now. But that's what I'm saying is that I don't think we are going to implement the things that we have now, and soon those technologies and those solutions will not be effective enough to mitigate the disaster that we are moving toward. But we don't. I mean, this is I'm sort of making a I'm sort of repeating a lot of the same things over and over, so we might want to move to a different thing. Uh, Healthcare would be much better if the private individuals didn't game every part of their own system. True. Long-term gain over short-term gain for collapse. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's really the stupidity of everything. Like I've said this before, and it's something that I think about a lot, which is like if if billionaires and millionaires really cared about the longevity and like about their wealth and everything, like if they cared about that stuff, they would not want the collapse of society. Like there's something about the fact that like billionaires are building bunkers that says a lot about their mindset approaching like the modern era. Like rather than trying to implement solutions for the very real problems we're facing, it's clear that a lot of rich people think that they can just like spend a bunch of money to safeguard their individual future. But the thing that they don't really seem to realize is that like bunkers only work if you have a society to like make that work. Like if society collapses and you go into your bunker, who how are you going to pay the people to take care of you? Like these billionaires are designing these bunkers like they're not going to work just completely self-sufficiently. Like you're going to have like slaves or whatever the fuck basically because like your money's not going to mean anything if the entire like if the entire society collapses, like your wealth and power doesn't mean anything. Like it would be extremely easy if the whole society collapses there's literally nothing stopping like millions of people from storming your property and murdering you and killing each other, fighting to death over your fucking bunker. And that is exactly what will happen. Like, these people are insanely stupid if they think that like they can just buy their way out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's this level of denial that is just next level. And so like I don't get it, because like, if realistically, if the rich wanted to stay rich, they would do something to placate the middle class. I mean, like, let's be real. That's what the New Deal was. That's what FDR in the New Deal was. Like, FDR was a capitalist, and he did what he did in order to stop people from like cutting the heads off of every rich person in America. Like, he did what he did to prevent like the wealth inequality from getting to the point where it is today, because he was fearful that people would, you know, like revolutionize out of that and like kill all the people in power. So um like, if they were smart, they would just do another FDR and do another New Deal and give us like Social Security and give us like some crumbs and fucking like invest in a little bit of infrastructure in order to get us to like shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And placate us. But they don't care for some reason. They don't care about the continuance of society in the world. That's why they were excited about militarized AI, drones, cop dogs, etc. They want the ability to slaughter others without resistance. Oh, you know, that's a really good point. We got to put that spray foam in the bunker vents. True. They have no one. They have no one to sell to fuel their addiction. Yeah. They would rather be king of a garbage dump than a citizen of paradise. Exactly. And it's dumb. I'm afraid of Christians because a large sect of them in this country want to see me dead. No, I get that. I get that. And you know, like, Christians are there's no hate like Christian love. You know what I mean? Like, that is a saying for a reason. Aren't they planning on living on a boat with robots doing everything for them? Yeah, probably. Like, probably. But like, it's not gonna work. You know, AI is not good enough to do that. And like, I don't think that like like if okay, if you want AI to power your robot, you need data centers. If you need data centers, you need a society. Because like, where are you going to get all that power? Where are you going to get all the resources needed to run the data center? Where are you going to get all of the fucking chips you need? You know what I mean? So like, it's not going to work. Like, the robot solution is not a solution that's going to work. Because like, AI isn't just it's not loaded onto a chip inside of a computer reliant on nothing. Um I saw you, Green Gorilla, I saw that you asked earlier, do I think Bernie will run again? No. I hope he doesn't. And I hope that someone younger and more charismatic, and no offense to Bernie, Bernie's just old now. I hope someone more charismatic um, you know, like, runs and wins and does something good. It's gross how easy it is to accidentally run into a doomsday cult, specifically rapture stuff content on YouTube. Uh, have even had it recommended to me when I don't watch anything remotely like it. Oh, that's really weird. Yeah, that is really bizarre and frustrating. Like, the algorithm right now is really geared towards like right-wing conservative reactionary stuff, for sure. That is so true. They seemingly forget that we, the people, made them. Once we're out of the picture, they put themselves in the void. Yeah, that's the thing that's wild about rich people, is they don't really like, they build their wealth off the backs of everybody else, but then they act like they made it all themselves, and like, I don't know. It's just insanity. It's insanity. A lot of rich people are insane. and really egotistical and narcissistic. If the Republicans run Rubio, it'll force the Democrats to get behind a younger, more vibrant, and maybe progressive candidate. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to say right now. Like, honestly, I think we need to get through the rest of the Trump term and like see what the fuck happens to our country before we start having these conversations. Because, like, I don't know. I have a feeling that 2028 is gonna be like I just have a feeling that like we might not really go back to like normal elections ever again. I don't know. Like we could very much witness like the complete and total collapse of our government over the next couple years. Maybe not, but it's I don't know. It's very far out. It's really like I guess what I'm saying is that it's really hard to know what the world is going to look like in 2 years. Like, like 10 years ago, I could say like, "Oh, yeah, like back in 2016, it's like, I could probably envision, this person running against this person." Um but yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know if our country is going to exist in 2 years. You know what I mean? I sure hope it does, but well, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. There's YouTube channels that are based around masculinity, but their content is anti-woke and homophobic or transphobic. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's that is a lot of like the conservative pipeline is a lot of that. Where it's like guys talking about tech or like it's like a tech channel, but all they do is like bitch about wokeism and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff like that on YouTube where like the right wing pipeline is like thinly veiled. Like you'll be watching someone because they play a video game, and then all of a sudden like they're like talking about how they hate gay people or something. And like there's a lot of people like that. And that's actually one of the things that the right wing um kind of does really well is they have like plants and a lot of different ecosystems that are like there to like bring people over. Like for instance, Asmongold is very clearly like a right-wing plant who is designed like his sole purpose in life is to get the most idiotic neckbeard people in the entire world to believe that one day they might be able to live a life like Asmongold. One day they might also be able to rot their teeth out with soda and be rich enough to afford fake teeth so that they can keep drinking soda and not suffer the consequences of their own actions. When in reality, their teeth are going to fall out and they're not going to have the money to replace them. And they're just going to like enviously watch Asmongold sip on soda with his fake teeth. Like, you know what I mean? The height of their aspirations is just being a loser. That is literally it, and it's a right wing pipeline. Like they want you to feel like if you're a part of Asmongold's community, that you are literally like you are like a pig in shit. Like you are literally like wallowing in feces with a bunch of other people, and you're all talking about how great it is. You're like, yeah, guys, like isn't it so amazing that like we're covered in shit right now? Isn't that so wonderful? Isn't that amazing? Isn't it awesome? Aren't we just like living the American dream? It was uncovered that Elon funds Asmongold. See, like I don't even know if that needs to happen. Like Asmongold is rich as fuck. Like, does he really need funding? And also like I would be curious to know more about that actually. Do I think Trump will run in 2028? I think he'll probably be dead by 2028. I don't think Trump is going to live through his presidency. Crab bucket mentality, it's the same thing that traps people on 4chan. Yeah, yeah. No, that's yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is literally it. It's that it's like degen culture. You know what I mean? Slicey Slicer, hello. It's been a while. I've been really well. I've been busy with events and going around and doing a bunch of stuff, but I've been, things have been good. Things have been good for me. Thank you for being here. Also, thank you everybody for liking the YouTube stream. That's really nice of you. And again, shout out to everybody who's been hanging out from. Oh my gosh, did I miss some follows? We have Jellyfish. Bad Bits, German Cow, Jay Springer. Thank you so much for the follows on Twitch. I'm sorry I missed those. It's my bad. I try not to leave my stream stuff up all the time because like looking at the viewer accounts like kind of freaks me out. Curious why you think that? Why I think that Trump is gonna pass away before his like it's just the trajectory of his health. Like the kind of lifestyle that Trump lived his whole life, like he abused stimulants like crazy, right? So like Trump's father had dementia, and so he's predisposed to dementia, and he has done stimulants like his whole life, like insane amounts of stimulants. So like his brain is like you have no idea how cooked Trump's brain is. Like it is the fact that he is able to string sentences together is actually a miracle in and of itself. There's the fact that he eats McDonald's like every fucking day and probably drinks more Diet Coke than water. Like he's just gonna like he's going to have rapid decline. Like rapid decline. Like he's already rapidly declining. Like the rapid decline has started. If you like seriously, like here, let me do something for you. Give me a second here. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling real quick. Oh, I don't want to show that. Uh Hold on. Okay. Here we are. Let me turn my headphones on. He fell asleep at that UFC event last night. Yeah, he's been falling asleep a lot lately in public. Which is, you know, a symptom of the fact that he's abused stimulants his whole fucking life. So here's Donald Trump from 2024. Okay, here he is. Here's the big orange sweaty man from 2024.
Because we're now just coming into what they call Trump territory. I don't know what you call it, but these were friendly Trump voters. And that could be overturned. The gentleman that called it, I watched tonight. He said, well, we think it's fairly unlikely that he could catch. Well, fairly unlikely. And we don't even need it. We don't need that. That was just a state that if we would have gotten it, it would have been nice, Arizona. But there's a possibility, maybe even a good possibility. In fact, since I saw that originally, it's been changed and the numbers have substantially come down just in a happened. And then they said, oh.
So we're hearing, right? You're hearing the energy, you're hearing the cadence and everything from him, right? And then let me go to, okay, well, first of all, just look at him. I mean, literally just look at the difference. I mean, like, are you serious? Like, I don't know. How many of you have watched old people age, right? Like, you know when you go visit Grandpa and he looks like this? And you're like, okay, Grandpa, you got some life in you yet, Grandpa. Like, you know, you're going to keep kicking around for a little bit. But then you go over one day, a few years later, and your grandpa looks like this. You're thinking like, oh shit, like you got maybe like a couple years left. Like it's time to start visiting grandpa a lot because this is anyway.
I also spoke to all three families of these tremendous people. Our love and prayers are with them and always will be. We're never going to forget them. They came for a great rally. They were serious Trumpsters, I want to tell you. They were serious Trumpsters and still are. But Corey, unfortunately, we have to use the past tense. He was incredible. He was a highly respected former fire chief, respected by everybody. Was accompanied by his wife, Helen. Because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said...
Like, can you hear the difference in the energy? Hey there, Acacia. Welcome. It's good to see you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, his voice faded. He looks like shit. Like, like everything. And like the amount of like the dementia talk, you know, like it's yeah.
Incredible woman I spoke to today, devastated. And two precious daughters. He lost his life selflessly acting as a human. Were totally unconstitutional, and the entire case was thrown out of court.
Like that's supposed to be like peak emotion, right? Like that's supposed to be high energy moment, right?
And how good was Dana? Was Dana good? I mean, was he good?
Like he's literally mumbling. Like he's literally mumbling.
Let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were...
Like I'm sure, like going back and forth, you have to see the difference here. You know what I mean? And this is, guys, this was 2024. Here, let me let's find
this, Newt? Did I say this?
My bad, sorry. Let's see. This was streamed one day ago.
Because it affects them also. A lot of people.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me mute it for a second while I. Okay. So right off the rip here. Ooh, fuck this live chat. Get away. Get the fuck away from me, live chat. So first of all, like somehow looks even older. Well, he was sweatier, definitely sweatier at the RNC, but somehow looking like even more tired. Oh, here, let me turn it. There you go.
Through the vast number of people. And then they said, oh my God, who would do that? And they're incredible people, but they've lived so horribly. They've lived so horribly. You know, Iran was a great country if you go back 25 years ago or so. The Persian people, they're incredible, smart, brilliant, actually. And I know so many. I know coming from New York, originally, I know so many people.
Like he looks like he's gonna fall asleep standing up. Like, do you see the fucking like the eyes and stuff? His handlers cut down his amphetamine dose because of his heart issues. Yeah. Like, so, like, he's, you know, he's unable to take the same amount of drugs that he used to be able to take to mask, you know, the decline of his health. $80 years old. He's older than 80 years old. He's like 84 years older. How old is he? 80. He is 80. Oh, he's actually 80. Okay. Yeah, if he ends his term, he will be 82. Okay. That's what it was. Sure, you need to replace it, but what do you have? Like, what ideology or what? Well, based on the way that you ask that question, it makes me it's actually kind of shocking that he's only 80 if you want to think about it that way. Like he comes across as like a 90-year-old. Like my grandpa who's like 90 something sounds and acts kind of like Trump. Like Trump is aged like 20 years more than he should be. The fact that I thought he was older says a lot. Yeah, no, for sure. Do you think they would ever intentionally keep him dehydrated to cut back on the sweating? I mean, maybe actually. Like in that one video we were just watching, he did look insanely dehydrated. He did look really dehydrated. But anyway, the whole question, what ideology or whatever to replace it, like the way you asked that question kind of makes me sound like it makes it sound like you don't actually give a single flying fuck what I say. So I'm not trying to actually convince you of anything, but if you look at like far left politics, do you know what people on the far left want? They want you to have housing. They want you to have health care. They want you to have walkable cities. They want you to have access to affordable, clean, nutritious food. They want you to have retirement. They want you to have social security. They want you to be able to live life without ending up homeless and dying on the street, or like suffering from drug addiction with no social safety net or any of that. So what am I offering to replace the system with? Literally something better. Like I'm just gonna be like, I'm not trying to like, I'm a very nuanced person. I obviously get ideology, but not communist, something different, some other symbols. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you're getting at there, but you're doing the whole like talking in vagaries thing, which is like a really low IQ thing. Like if you're sitting here like, the way you're speaking, like I don't know, you're just you're talking around it and you're just being stupid. I have suspicions Alec is an Eastern European trolling goofball. You know, I would be willing to believe that because they were shilling for the military industrial complex earlier. Like they were acting like the American military is this great thing, and it's like, dude, I'm trying to help you, dude. uh, me when I lie, me when I lie. Something like democratic socialism and eco-socialism. Yeah, like I would say that like a good, like look, America is not in a place to accept like straight up communism or straight up socialism. But like I think like democratic socialism is a good place to start, right? I think that's a good place to start. Uh but yeah, like if you look at left-wing politics, it's like about giving people a chance and giving like standing up for the working class and the yeah. Eastern Europeans tend to have a weird freakzoid sleeper agent activation whenever someone says the word communism. You know, like I didn't even say the word communism, which is the wild thing. They said something about leaving Russia and turning away from Russian heritage a while back. Don't quite get the anti-communism angle precisely though. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like a lot of Russians are a lot of Russians are really propagandized and you know, like they don't know any better. Like the propaganda in Russia is very powerful. Literally anything better, please. Yeah, true. But with a social safety net, how will the oligarchs control the population? I know, right? Look, I am giving you advice, can be wrong. If you think your advice could be wrong, why the fuck are you giving it? I'm sorry, but like, if you don't know what you're talking about, why the fuck are you talking about it? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I know that the solutions that I have in my head and that a lot of leftists have in their head are good solutions. Like funding social services. Like, here, I'll give you a really simple example. We should fund social services so that when someone is having a mental health crisis or someone needs to get like pink slipped or something, they send like a social worker out to the person's house to like help deal with, you know, help the person through the crisis and stuff like that. As opposed to sending cops, because cops are trained to handle everything like from like violent crime and all this other bullshit. They're trained extremely poorly to handle all that stuff. So a lot of cops are these traumatized asshole pieces of shit that are gonna like enter a situation where someone's in crisis and then shoot them to death, which happens all the fucking time. So it literally is a no-brainer. It is a net positive to society to fund social services so we can have social workers deal with these issues. Like, think about it like this. If we funded social workers to deal with mental health crises and other calls like that, then that would free up the police to be free to handle violent crime and all that other shit that they kind of are meant to be handling. And therefore, they can keep their fucking nose out of, like, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And that's kind of what it is for everything. Like, the only people that lose in the situation of left-wing politics are the ultra rich. And the only thing they lose is the ultra part. Like, there are still rich people with left-wing politics unless you get like into the really, really far left stuff. But like most leftists are like kind of okay with their being millionaires. Most leftists don't give a flying fuck if you make a living and make a good living in America doing whatever the fuck you want to do. What we care about is when you're making so much money that you are robbing normal, everyday Americans from the opportunity to afford living a normal fucking life. Like, if you're making people work 3 full-time jobs just to feed their family and afford insurance, and you're like skipping meals just so you can pay the $2,000 a month for your insurance premium while you're paying another $2,000 a month for your fucking mortgage, while you're paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month for food and gas and all this other shit. What happened to listening to marginalized community voices? Holy fucking shit. Are you trying to argue that you're from a marginalized community and that, like, what are you even arguing, dude? You're not even like, you've brought up not a single fucking point. The only point that you have brought up in this entire stream is saying that the military is actually based somehow. So, like, shut the fuck upsville and send us a fucking postcard, because I don't want to hear from you. It's all you remember? Well, what else have you said? I don't see it. I could pull up your chat logs and read through it. Is that what you want me to do? Pull up your fucking chat logs and just, you're on our side. Okay, well, great. Then you agree with my left-wing politics and everything's perfect. That's great. We invented fire, the wheel, steam engines. Oh, by the way, Anime Psychic Gal, thank you so much for the $20. That's huge. You're amazing. I love you. You're amazing. We invented fire, the wheel, steam engines, harnessed the atom, put people on the moon, and connected nearly every person on the planet to the sum total of that knowledge. We could at least try to come up with a better system. I agree. How dare you want others to thrive? Yeah, exactly. How dare you want people to be able to live a life worth living? You know? China has billionaires, they just pay their fucking taxes. Yeah. I mean, like, literally, I would be totally fine banning. I think billionaires should not exist. I literally think it should be impossible to be a billionaire. If you make, like, anything you make over $999 million should be taxed at 100%. At 100%. If you have made $999 million fucking dollars in your life, you do not need more money. There is no, like, is not literally there's no way you're going to live the rest of your life in a complete and total lap of luxury. You can just not work for the rest of your life, go on vacation for 50 years and then fucking die and leave all that money to your children, and then they're going to live on it for the rest of their lives and just fucking never work, and then they're going to die and they're going to hand that money down to their children and they're never going to have to work for the rest of their life, and that's going to happen for like fucking like 20 generations before anyone is ever gonna have to work a job. And that's what $999 million is gonna fucking get you. There is absolutely no situation where you need $1 billion. Like, billionaires can only exist due to the exploitation of the working class. It is absolutely impossible for there to be billionaires in a situation where the working class is not being exploited. Tricky part is that billionaires don't have an official income that high. It's typically all tied up in stock. Yeah, I know, which is why I usually would actually say that, like, what we would really do is like you can make like $4 million a year or something like that, and anything over $4 million is taxed at like 99% or whatever. That's how we used to do things back in the day. Like, that when the New Deal was created back in like the 40s and stuff, like when we were doing all that stuff, you know, we had a progressive taxation system, and it was pretty much that. Like, you could make like $4 million a year, but any income over that was taxed at 100%. Or like 99% or something like that. But if we don't have trillionaires, how are we going to fund doomed one-way suicide missions to Mars? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We could have gay luxury space communism right now if we just didn't hate poor people and want them to suffer. That is so true. Joined in with an amazing billionaire rant. Awesome. Yeah. No, for sure. Like I mean, it really, like let's be clear. Like, the reason, like, no one cared. Like, everyone celebrated pretty much when Luigi did what he did, right? Like, when Luigi did what he did, everyone was like happy about it. And that says something, you know? It says something. You don't know how many children you have? I'm sorry, that, like, really sent me. Because I read that too, and I was like, why are you giving a range for your children? You have 4 to 6 children. Are you unsure about 2 of them? Are 2 of them, like, missing right now? Are you, like, not sure if they're alive anymore? Like, it feels like there's some deep lore hidden in the fact that you said that you have 4 to 6 children. You were a donor? Then they're not your children. Are you saying you were a sperm donor? Is that what you're saying? Because if you were a sperm donor and you donated your sperm, then they are the children of the people that you gave your sperm to. Like, they're yeah, like, technically, biologically, I guess they're partly known donut. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, they're your spawn, but not children. Yeah. Luigi has not been convicted. The timeline is sus. Yeah. Yeah. Allegedly, it was Luigi that was the adjuster, and who knows who the adjuster is? Wait, what? I'm confused. Without billionaires, we can't open portals to hell on Mars. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, why are we fighting over all this? Honestly, do you want the honest answer? It's Green Gorilla. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, I'm sorry I didn't shout you out. I didn't have it pulled up, but partially because calling out chatters that are, like, not making sense or, like, being weirdly contrarian or whatever, like, calling out people like that is, like, really good stream content. But also because, like, I genuinely don't understand, like, why you're here, like, what you're doing. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me. So, yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh my God, guys, it's 11:44 p.m. I just realized how late it is, actually. It's kind of crazy. I have to do my injection, like, in like 15 minutes. So, unfortunately, like, I actually am having a great time. and I don't really feel like ending stream, but look at Fred. Look how cute he is. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's so cute. But I have to go do my injection. So like uh kind of creates like a hard cap on the stream. Anyway, I didn't like I know I didn't record a video on stream this time. But what I'm gonna do is we'll do it next time. So on Wednesday we will have like a video topic to record. And then I will release that this weekend. This will be a full week. I don't have any events going on this weekend or anything, so I will be here this whole week. I'm gonna start like during my streams, I'm gonna start telling you all my schedule so that you're all aware of like when I'm gonna be traveling and stuff. That way it's like it's less of a surprise. Also, or wait, I almost read that as cedar stress. Cedar trees. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. And thanks to everybody who was hanging out on YouTube, liking the stream. If anyone subscribed, thank you for that as well. It really means a lot. I really appreciate that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'll be here all week. I'll be streaming Wednesday. For those who are new, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually do evening, EST in the evening. And Monday and Wednesday are news and politics usually, and then Friday is usually like a chill, like just chatting stream or like gaming stream or something like that. And then I record a video during one of the streams, and I usually release it during the weekend. Um, Next week I will be here like Monday and probably Wednesday, but then I am taking a little trip to Chicago. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'll probably end up missing like the stream of the 26th or whatever. And I may also miss I'll talk about it more as I stream more, but like I think I have to kind of like solidify the dates that I'm going to be out there traveling and stuff in Chicago. I'm excited for Chicago. I love Chicago. Such a great city. Ooh, thank you for the stretch. Here, I was going to raise up my desk, but let me just oh my god. Oh, that felt really good. My lower back just cracked so many times. Oh, that was great. Had a gay old time. That's all I can ask. Take care of yourself, Leah. You too, health. I saw what you said earlier about your eardrum, and that sounds like a really scary situation. But thank you for everything you do. You do so much good things for the world, and I'm very happy that you're here. PJ Broccoli, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thanks, Leah. Good night. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for being here. Stay safe. You too, Gwen. It's great to see you. Kind of fascinated by the crochet necklace. Yeah, so I got this at the event that I was at. This past weekend I went to a festival and I was leaving and someone was like selling these for really cheap, and it's just like a little souvenir, you know. And so I bought it and I just think it's cute. I don't know. Lady Sylveon, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Y'all are taking me to the moon, If I keep getting raids by Dead Domain, like I'll actually become like a real Twitch person at some point, which is super sick. I don't know if Dead Domain actually probably isn't watching, but like if anyone's in Dead Domain's community and is here from the raid, if you wouldn't mind thanking them like a shit ton for me, that would be super lovely. Like if the next time they stream, if you could be like, hey, Leah really, 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 really appreciates the raids because I'm a little bean. I'm just a small little I'm just a little channel. And it's nice to see some of the larger channels share the love kind of thing. You exposed me to Dead Domain. I'll shout you out to them. Oh, really? That's like super surprising. It's like very surprising. I feel like it would normally happen the other way. You're relevant as a big or small creator. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you all think I'm relevant. Also, Dadzilla, thank you so much for the $5. I liked it, but I keep doing that where I like it and then I don't shout it out immediately, and I keep forgetting about that. I just discovered Dead Domain. They must have been recommended through the algorithm through you. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I mean, like, I feel like if you get on like if you watch Riverboat Jack or you watch me, or you watch like any other like trans streamer, YouTuber, or whatever, it like starts connecting you with like the ecosystem, you know? Like you start getting hooked in. You might see some like Alice in Wonderland, or you might see some like Dead Domain, or you might see some like does Demon Mama still stream? I'm like not even really kept up with stuff. Uh but yeah, there's like a whole ecosystem. There's like a whole ecosystem. And I'm like a very small part of it. I'm like one of the smallest trans content creators, but that's fine. Yeah, I seen they have collabs with Jesse Gender. Right. Eden Riley? Oh, I don't know this name. I don't recognize Eden Riley. I'm gonna look that up. Just to know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of yapping at this point. But again, thank you all so much. If you haven't, the link tree has all of my other social medias. Like you can see my art. Like I said, I do this flow art stuff. And you can look that up on my Instagram and stuff. It's like kind of what I'm really passionate about. So if you want to see like what I'm really, really like, if you want to see what I love doing, it's movement art. Like I love being a movement artist. I think moving is healing, and it's beautiful. Eden was my intro into the trans femme leftist streamer ecosystem. Hell yeah. That's cool. It's kind of sick that there is a trans femme leftist streamer ecosystem. Like I find that really reassuring. Also, like, you know, like we're in the dark ages right now, but eventually I feel like we're gonna we're, we're gonna end up like hitting like a wave or something. Like I feel like the algorithm's working against me right now. But eventually, hopefully it'll stop doing that and work with me or something. Most people are scared of other people that wear different hats. It's a dumb thought, but you see it everywhere. Uh, just kind of rolling through chat. Eden is on what's the PE part? I'm a little confused. Eden? It feels like that's like a oops. I just opened my own scenario. Let me look up. 27,000 followers. Damn. That's pretty good. A pretty good amount of followers. They got their that they got their Well, anyway, sorry, I was just like looking at their channel and stuff. Trans people need to be in office. Who better to help run a country from the perspective of both views? Yeah, I think it would be helpful to have some representation. Let 10,000 trans flowers bloom. Ah, beautiful sentiment. Have you considered doing long form pre-recorded videos and leaving this channel as a stream channel? It seems many lefties have 3 or more channels. I have considered that, like the second channel thing. Kind of what I am I'm pretty sure I'm not big enough to do that. Like I think you really need to have a large following. Like if I had like, I don't know, 100,000 subs or something, right? If I made a second channel, that channel would probably have like 20,000 subs or something like that, right? Like it would be like a fraction of my main channel. And so like in my current state, you know, my channel has like 17, no wait, where am I at? I don't even remember what number I'm at. 16,723. If I made a second channel, it would have like maybe 2,000 followers. Maybe that if I was lucky. And so like that's not going to get any traction, and that's not going to like that channel is going to be the second channel will get stuck in like YouTube hell. Where like I'm sure some of you are aware of this, but there's like a oh, Ella, congratulations. You had your Orchid came out no complications. I'm so happy for you. You know, I hope you recover well. I hope that, you know, it's a good recovery for you. That's good. That's good to hear. I think an Orky would be something I might want someday, but I don't know. I'm really like I get really scared about surgery. Really freaks me out like really badly. I'm so scared of it. But anyway, the point is that like if I started a second channel, it would have very few views, and it would get stuck in that like low subscriber YouTube hell where like you don't have enough subscribers or followers to like push your content into the algorithm, and so all of your content just kind of dies the second you release it. If the flavor of content is different, some may only sub for one. That's if you want to crank out a variety of content, which is all just if you wanna. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that that could be doable, but like, to be honest, like, you know, like, I feel like it's enough of a challenge for me right now to be consistent on this channel. Um, like, you know, I'm doing a lot of stuff outside of YouTube in terms of the flow arts community. Uh, so I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think that I'm in a place where a second channel would work out very well for me. Like if I had okay, like if I was large enough of a channel where I could pay editors and I could just like stream and like cut sections out of the streams or whatever or do whatever and like send that to editors and then they could do it all the editing and shit, then like maybe I would be able to pump out that kind of content. But like as a streamer who also has to edit her own content and also does a lot of other things on her own free time, it just doesn't feel like I have a lot of time to be like doing that stuff. I'd watch I'm a Freak. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I hope to see some of you around in future content from the raid and stuff. Like I hope to see y'all all around. That would be super cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like eventually, yeah, like second channel content could be useful or could be a good thing. Like honestly, if anything, it's a way of diversifying revenue. Like if I'm putting out videos on different channels, you know, and you get monetized on both, then it's like a decent way to. Oh my god, it's 11:56. I really do gotta go. I gotta go do my injection. I don't want to be late on it. I'm like really particular about making sure it's at like almost the exact same time every day. And if I stick around for any longer, I'm gonna be late. Um anyway. Anyway, okay, sorry, I just got really distracted. Anyway, I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here and for hanging out and chill. Diversified revenue, a true communist. Did I ever say I was a fucking communist, you piece of shit? Oh my god. See, this is why I called you out and started like going after you because like I can just tell from your fucking tone and your goddamn mm, I'm sorry. Just like the way you chat is the most obnoxious fucking shit ever. Like, I know. Go fuck yourself. Kindly go fuck yourself. Anyway, love you all. I hope you all have a great one. And remember to do this simple little thing that we all forget. And that is to drink water. Hydrate or dihydrate, my friends. I will see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.